Hi, I'm Dr. Kit Weathers, and it's time for the Root Tip of the Week. Hi, I'm Dr. Kit Weathers, and once again it's time for the Root Tip of the Week. But before we start, as we always do, I'd like to begin with the illusion of the week. I love doing magic tricks where you can just borrow some ordinary thing like a deck of cards, and you can use somebody else's cards. This is not a special deck, and all you do is you take the deck of cards and you say, what we're going to do today is use this deck of cards, and I want you to just select any card, and they can literally pick any card they want to. We'll just take one at random. In this case, we picked the 7 of diamonds. Then they place their card on top of the deck. At that point, you cut the deck, place the cards on top, and square it up so there's no special pinky break or no cut, so literally that card is lost in the deck. Then when we go to find it, we thumb through the deck of cards, and we say we're looking for a little signal here that tells us where your card is. Whoa, look at that, 2 jokers. Now the jokers are going to help us find your card that's lost somewhere in the deck. Now I want you to know that I'm not trying to cheat you. It's not the top card, and it's not the bottom card, but these 2 cards will help us find your missing card. Now this is the part I really love. We're going to put one of these cards on the top of the deck, one on the bottom, and they're going to go look through the deck for me really quick and find your card. And look what just happened. There's a card between the 2 jokers, and it's the 7 of diamonds, the missing card. Now how do we do that? To learn the secret to this and other magic tricks in this series, go to EndoRootCamp.com. Okay, I never get tired of doing that trick. Today's Root Tip of the Week is a potpourri of several different questions that I've received over and over again. I'm going to try to answer them as clear as I possibly can, but I'm sure that we'll get the same questions again. However, this will be just a little cleanup. I've got about 3 questions that have been driving people crazy, and here's question number 1. Well, it turns out that this one email contains all 3 questions that I wanted to deal with today. So let's read this very quickly. Hello, Kid. All is well. I had a few questions for you. What system would you recommend for the removal of gutta percha? That's number 1. Is there a gutta percha system that conforms to the shape of the hornet files, therefore eliminating the need for extra reaming to enable the complete seating of the gutta percha? That's number 2. And is there a post system that conforms to the hornet file system? Let's take these one at a time. What system do I recommend for removal of gutta percha? Well, in my experience, the very best system is to use a referral pad and send that case over to the endodontist. Retreatment has the lowest success rate of anything we do, and it's just a total waste of most general practitioners' time. I recommend you not do it. Having said that, I know there are a lot of people that have to do retreatment, and if that occurs, you can take the same rotary files that you use to prepare the canal and just run them at a higher speed. Instead of 350 RPM, run them 500 or 1,000 RPM, and with gentle, very gentle pressure, you can usually melt the gutta percha and get down the canal and get it out. I would start by using a touch and heat and melt the gutta percha a little bit, make a little space, and then go down with the rotary file. But again, your best bet is referral. Question number 2. Is there a system that conforms to the shape of the Hornet or Endomagic files? In other words, do you have to select a certain gutta percha cone? And the answer is all gutta percha systems will conform to the shape prepared by Hornet or Endomagic files, or pretty much any file for that matter, because what you must remember is all obturation systems are single cone in the last millimeter, which means if you get the last millimeter sealed, you don't have to have perfect adaptation to the walls of the canals as long as you've got a sealer that doesn't shrink, and I use a H26 sealer. So yeah, they all work. One more thing to remember about gutta percha cones: if you have a large assortment and you've got all these sizes stored up, gutta percha cones, if you don't use them in a pretty short period of time, can get very brittle. and you can waste a lot of time and energy trying to find the right cone. But what you can do is you can take two sizes of gutta percha cones, either a size 25-04 or a size 20-02, and make those fit any canal you want. Cut off 1 millimeter from an 04 tapered cone and you get one size larger. Cut off 2 millimeters from an 02 tapered cone and you also get one size larger. So you can just store those two type cones, and that's all you're going to need. Question number 3. Is there a post and core system that conforms to the actual shape of either Endomagic or any file system for that matter? Now, when it comes to post and cores, my opinion is when you really need a post, it doesn't work. And when you don't need a post, it works beautifully. For example, molars. You don't need a post in a molar virtually ever, because you can get good retention into the pulp chamber and you don't have to cement a post in a molar. If you got a badly broken down tooth and it's broken off at the gum line, that's when you need it, and that's when it's probably not going to work. And maybe if the tooth cannot be easily restored, you might want to consider an implant. Just my opinion. But anyway, that's it for the Root Tips of the Week. 3 questions answered. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you next week. Well, that's it for another Root Tip of the Week. I'm Dr. Kent Weathers, inviting you to join me at our very next root camp. So long for now.